True joy has three characteristics that separate it from mere pleasure and mere happiness. True joy is too large to be kept to yourself. You can't keep it in. If it comes out in a word or a song or some other form, it doesn't matter. It's irrepressible. We can't help ourselves. Who in this room watched the Michigan State-Ohio State game as a Spartan fan? Who of you did not at the end of the game go, yes! Irrepressible joy. That's the nature of it. You can't help yourself, but that's not the only time. Anyone ever been to a good Pentecostal service when people get up and start moving around? Well, that's irrepressible joy, and it may not feel comfortable to you, but it's coming out of them quite honestly. If you're hanging around Jerusalem or Israel or in parts of Brooklyn on Simchat Torah, Jews spill into the street, dancing with each other, men with men and women with women, to the point where they collide with each other. And of course, maybe you've seen the recent flash mob video on YouTube. I got to come out to show you this, where people somewhere, I think in New York, reenact the scene in Charlie Brown's Christmas. Have you seen that? People, and do you remember the scene, the one in which they all are dancing like this? And it's really goofy. And you're saying, why is my minister dancing? Because when you have real joy, true joy, it has to come out. You sing, you shout, you dance. You cannot be a serious human being and maintain your composure in the presence of joy. G.K. Chesterton once defined angels as being able to fly because they took themselves so lightly. And human beings tend to take ourselves too seriously, so the true joy makes you cast aside the gravity of being. And if you don't have wings, you tend to jump, reaching for the top of Big Brother's head, or dancing. You have to come out. And of course, the great model for this are infants themselves. Ever seen a happy baby? They don't just smile, do they? They laugh. They wiggle. They kick. They're happy all over. When was the last time you were happy all over, such that you couldn't keep yourself from doing something with joy? Joy is too large to be kept to oneself. It will come out. True joy will make you silly, and it's okay. True joy is too large to be kept for yourself. True joy wants to have others come along for the ride. Back when I was young, I remembered my father handing out cigars when my little sister was born. That's a manly way of sharing the joy. It's what one did. Or when you would celebrate, perhaps if you're in your college or salad years, what might you do if you were in a watering hole? You might then say, the next round's on me. You want to share. True joy wants to give joy. You know, one of the reasons evangelical churches have prospered in recent years is that they're okay with sharing the joy. In fact, it's sometimes a little off-putting if you're not used to it. And to outsiders, it looks silly, even foolish. But for those inside, the experience of being in a joyful community is thrilling. Have you been to a rock concert? Of course you have. Well, I haven't. But I'm too old and I didn't like rock music when it was new. That's just me. On the other hand, we have all been to occasions, artistic occasions, musical occasions, when we loved the feeling of being in a crowd that was excited. Maybe it was a sporting event, maybe it was a play, maybe it was a concert. But I think of rock concerts especially because remember when Neil Diamond used to go and people would hold up their lighters, like little virtual candles. You can get one on your iPhone now, by the way. It's a safe way to hold your lit candle. And this one is so real, you can do that to it too. Cool, huh? You can bring that with you for Christmas Eve, and I don't care if you use that during the service. True joy has to share itself with others. Now, I have to admit, I'm a congenital individualist and a very deep introvert, and I don't enjoy those group moments the way others do, but true joy doesn't force you to go along any more than it prohibits you from going along. True joy just bestows it on others, scatters it in the streets like those dancers. True joy is too large to be kept to oneself. True joy is too large to be kept for oneself. And the last one, true joy is too large to be kept from oneself. It hits you. You can't go and get it. You can't seek it. You can't try and have it. You can't show up in church. I can't make you it. You can't want to be. It will just come and hit you on the side of the head. You don't choose joy. It chooses you. Kind of the way when you hear a joke and you can't prevent the laughter from happening. A laugh is never voluntary. You don't ever choose to laugh. You're always surprised by a laugh, aren't you? A little bit. The laughter comes out of you, and that's a sure sign that something joyful is in the neighborhood. True joy is an irresistible gift. Now, I just said two words that my Reformed friends and Reformed congregants are thinking. Irresistible gift. Does that mean he's talking about irresistible grace? For those of you who don't remember, irresistible grace is a key part of the Calvinist point of view. It means God's going to save you whether you want to or not, or God's going to damn you whether you want to or not. Think of it as a kind of, I'm being cheeky here, it's very similar to when Don Corleone makes an offer you can't refuse. God imposes this thing. It's a gift you can't turn down. And I never liked that because it meant that even if you don't want to go to heaven, you're going to go. And even if you don't want to go to hell, you're going to. But that's the mystery of God, and I get that. But I grew up in a different church. I grew up in a heretical church. Also Calvinist originally, but they committed a terrible sin. They decided God's love was a lot larger than human sin. And so God's irresistible grace was going to take everyone. No one's left out. It's called universalism. Everybody is going to be saved. Each and every person. And I do mean each and every person. Now, for those of you who are theists and for whom God is important, that makes no sense. Why would God save everyone? That spoils the fun of going to heaven, doesn't it? Why would I want to go if everyone were there? But your laughter tells me something. Not only that you see the folly of that thinking, but that the other side is also laughable. Because I want to make you laugh. Because I think that's exactly what Christmas joy is about. An idea that makes you laugh. It is so preposterous, so silly, so unlikely, so unwelcome, so unreasonable. Christmas is about things that make no sense at all. Unto us is born each day a Savior. That's a laughable idea. What do you mean? Unto us is born a Savior. Where is this Savior? Well, I'll tell you where this Savior is, because when you're a universalist like me, you'll find him in a stable in Bethlehem, but you'll find her in a stable in India. You will find him in a hut in New Guinea. You will find her in a hospital in Cuba. You will find him in a bedroom in North Dakota. And you will find the saviors in the pews of LaGrave Avenue Christian Reformed Church, because yes, they are saviors. And you will find them over there at the Masjid al-Tawheed, praying today as much as any other day. You will find saviors murmuring in Hebrew and chanting in Sanskrit. You will find saviors who think God is everywhere and people who think God is preposterous. Because if we are all saved, whatever that means, it means we are all in the business of saving. Do you understand what I'm saying? We are not just saved from the world. We are put on the earth to save the world itself. Each and every one of us. What an outlandish, preposterous, laughable notion. Just thinking about it is dumb. But I want you to laugh. I want you to laugh at the preposterous notion that each and every one of you and everyone else on the planet is Christ. Born whether in a stable or in a hospital, at home or in a foreign land. Each and every one of you, and even the people you don't like. Even the people who are mean, nasty, and wretched and awful. Even people you would never vote the same with ever, ever, ever. I just know what the internet does to people now. Yes. It's a laughable notion. And I want you to laugh. I want you to sing. I want you to dance like fools at this message that we are all sent to save the world. I want us to sing like our own choir of angels, announcing the joy to all the people. Yes, what I'm saying is laughable, that we're all saved, that we're all saviors. It's completely preposterous. Who would believe anything like this? Well, you might as well tell me God was born of a virgin in Bethlehem. That would be no less likely. Laugh, friends. Your moment of saving joy is at hand.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas.